Alcohol itself, the substance, the poison, it's not addicting. You cannot tell me that you like the taste of alcohol. Alcohol is disgusting. Even me, who was an alcohol abuser, I was an alcoholic and I would drink a lot of alcohol, never thought alcohol was good. It was disgusting. Taking those shots of pure poison was disgusting. The beer, disgusting. Everything, it's disgusting. But what is addicting is the escape feeling, that numbing feeling. When you're drinking, you feel light. You feel like you're going with the flow. You feel like nothing can bother you. You like how you're not feeling anything. You're not thinking about anything. You're just doing you. You're doing yourself, having a good time. Well, let me tell you that it's not having a good time. And I get the feeling. I used to crave that feeling all the time, which is why I would abuse of alcohol. I would drink lots of alcohol. Every single day I would smoke weed, and then it led me to doing cocaine. I did do cocaine. It was all bad, you guys. At that moment, you feel like that. You feel like you're just floating. You're just doing you. Nothing can bother you. But the day after, you feel like shit. In a couple hours, you feel like shit. You get hungover. You just feel like fucking shit. You don't want to do anything. You're full of negativity. But you like how in that moment, you're not feeling anything. You're not thinking about anything. You think that's how you're taking care of your stress, of your anxious feelings, how you're taking care of your worries. You're not taking care of that by drinking alcohol or by smoking weed, getting high, or doing any other substance just to get this high feeling, because you're getting high, but then you get low, and you get low, you guys, and that's where you just want to keep getting high, constantly be high, because you feel like with high, nothing can bother you, nothing can touch you. You think it's this happy state, but it's not. You guys mistake it. You feel like you're at peace up there, you're just doing you, but you're not. You're not feeling anything. You're numb, you're escaping. You're not living life. You are definitely not present. You are not living in the present moment. And you guys, when you get back down, it feels like shit. It's not a good feeling. You start feeling, you don't feel good. You're feeling all these emotions because you had numbed your feelings, and you're thinking about all these things, your problems, about people, things you have to do, and you feel overwhelmed. What do you want to do? You want to get high again. You want to drink again because you want to be up here. You think that's a good feeling, but that's not. And it's not helping you with none of your problems, with any issues. It's just making things worse because you're just pushing things to the side instead of dealing with them now, instead of taking care of your problems, instead of dealing with stress and with worries and any anxious feelings in a better and healthier way. I know you hear it all the time. Go out, have fun, take a couple drinks, smoke a little weed. That doesn't help with anything. It is not fun. And I'm telling you guys because I used to do this. And I feel like, people are becoming aware of meditating, journaling, and all these healthier ways to deal with stress, anxiety, and all this stuff because it actually helps. And you guys might talk all this shit about that, saying it's weird, that it doesn't work. Have you even fucking tried it? Have you tried journaling instead of going for a drink? Let's say you have anxiety. Have you tried meditating and journaling instead of smoking weed? Have you gone on a walk outside? Have you spent some time alone? I'm pretty sure you haven't. And if you haven't and it didn't work for you, okay, maybe those methods didn't work for you. That doesn't mean you should go back to weed, go back to drinking alcohol, go back to going out and clubbing, because that's making things worse. That's not helping. You think it helps at that moment, but that's not helping you in the long run. That's only going to make things worse, and you're depending on this substance. There's a lot of methods, you guys, that will help you with anxiety, and you have to get to the root cause of why you're feeling anxious. And another thing that people just do not look at is what you eat. What you eat has a lot to do with what's going on internally. If you're eating shitty foods, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to look like shit. You're going to have acne. You're not going to have glowy and clear skin. You're not going to feel good at all. That comfort food, that fast food, the chips, the candy, that's not comfort food. That's not making you feel good. Maybe in that moment you think it's making you feel good. Your tummy's probably gonna hurt in a little bit. You're gonna have the runs and you're gonna be in the bathroom. It might have you throwing up. And I just don't get it why people continue to eat this food. When people say that Taco Bell gives them the runs, why do you keep eating it? And people say, oh, it's a little detox. It's cleaning out my stomach. No, it's not. It's not helping you detox in any way. It's not cleaning anything. It's just making things worse in there. I'm over here hella talking about food and stuff like that. But that's one thing that people just overlook at. If you change your diet and you start eating healthier, you start eating home cooked meals, you will feel better. You're probably drinking coffee. Caffeine is a drug. All these energy drinks have lots of sugar, it has artificial flavoring, it has coloring. That's making your anxiety worse. That triggers your anxiety. That triggers all these feelings that you're having inside. It makes you feel bad. You're feeding those parasites. I feel like we're going a whole nother direction. Like, have you tried eating healthier and see how that makes you feel, how that makes you think? That's another thing that I did that actually helped me feel good, because I would eat fast food before. I did eat the chips, the candy. I feel like you get that high off those type of foods too. Then when you're low, you feel like shit. I would get bloating, you guys. I had like tummy issues. But when I went sober, I wanted to change my ways. I wanted to grow. I wanted to feel good. It was on Instagram where I started seeing these videos about certain foods and about meat and stuff like that. You guys, I was a really big meat person. And I said, you know what? Like, I'm not just going to do something because somebody is telling me to or because I'm seeing it around. I'm going to try it out. So I said, let me try it out. Let me stop eating meat. Let me stop eating all these processed foods, the sweets, the chips, the fast food, the everything. And let me see how I feel. And I felt fucking great, you guys. I said, wow, like, I understand what they are saying now. I did more research. I started juicing. I started drinking herbal teas. I can't remember if it was like a month or 2 months after where I had meat again for the first time. I had chicken and I had shrimp, I think. I did not feel great. Didn't feel great. Not even in that moment. Didn't bring me any pleasure or anything like that. I also just wasn't feeling it, but it's because I went over to somebody's house and they had it there and I really fucked with that type of food. It was mole. And I loved mole. I could still have mole just without the chicken. They make the sauce, but I'm like, yo, because I know some people make mole. I feel like I'm hella talking about food, but you know, when I do an episode, sometimes we might get into another little topic. I didn't know that they put the consomme when they're cooking the chicken into the mole. So when I heard that, I was like, yo, like now when somebody's making mole or something, I ask them everything. And even with the rice and everything, dude, because a lot of people put chicken bouillon with, I think that's what it's called, chicken bouillon, into the orange rice. And if they do, I won't eat it. And if they put some chicken consomme, like the broth where they cook the chicken inside the mole sauce, I won't eat that either. But if they don't use any type of those stuff, I'll have the mole, the sauce, with some rice. Or sometimes with those tamales, with the banana leaves. But I did have the mole. You guys, like, immediately, I just felt bloated. I didn't have energy. I kind of felt negative. And I said, yeah, dude, I don't want to feel like this ever again. I'm not gonna eat meat anymore. Fuck that. I'm not gonna have meat. I'm not gonna have chicken. I'm not gonna have shrimp. None of that. And I didn't. That was the last time I had it. And honestly, I felt great. It wasn't hard, to be honest. What was like a little tricky was what I was going to eat now. I would cook food with meat, chicken, and stuff like that. So I just had to like play in the kitchen, learn how to make quinoa, and learn how to do other stuff. But yeah, okay. Let's get back to topic. But that, I feel like that went into the topic. You know, it's because sometimes you just need to talk about something else, so it can make this other thing make sense, you know? I don't know, just so you know where I'm coming from, I guess. I don't know. You're probably finding escape through food too. And I feel like that's a lot of people's relationship with food, where they escape with food, with this fast food. And there's so many reasons, you guys. Like, people try to hide behind food and people find comfort with food. And that's the type of relationship that they have, when no, it's you want to feed your body nourishing foods, high vibrating foods, fruit, vegetables, fresh juice. You guys have this emotional attachment to food, and it shouldn't be like that. And it doesn't just affect you physically, it affects you mentally and spiritually. If you are not eating high vibrating foods, you're not going to vibrate at a high frequency. That's why I love eating lots of fruit, lots of vegetables. I drink fresh juice every single day because it's high vibrating foods. It's positivity. And with me eating that, I feel like I'm vibrating at a high frequency. I feel very positive. I feel good. I don't feel bloated. I have clear and glowy skin. My mind is clear. I'm thinking clearly. Spiritually, I feel very connected to me. I feel very connected to my intuition. It helps me feel good overall. There's many different things that people use to escape their reality, to numb their feelings, things they find comforting, whether it's alcohol, weed, any type of substance. substance, food, whatever it is. Like sugar is addictive. You guys think it gives you this burst of energy and you guys think it's a positive burst of energy, but no. Sugar is just another drug, dude. Caffeine, you guys think it helps you wake up. You think it gives you energy. It's not giving you positive energy. It might make you stay awake, but what else helps you stay awake? When people are out drinking cocaine. Do you guys ever think like maybe energy drinks might have some cocaine? Look, I don't know, but they put something in there. And those things are addictive. Ask yourself right now, why are you escaping? What don't you like about your life? Write it down, you guys. Journal about it. Write down your problems. Make a list so you could just go on and on doing paragraphs. And then make a list of how you can fix each problem. Work on one problem at a time. You don't have to fix everything all at once. Don't get overwhelmed. There might be a couple things you have to do, but work on them one by one. And slowly you're going to be taking care of each issue. And that is growth. And that's actually doing something positive instead of just pushing everything to the side and not doing shit. Escaping is not self-love. It's not being positive. It's not taking care of you at all. It's harming yourself. You're harming yourself in the present. You might think you're not, but you will see it in the future when you will see how all of your actions that you are doing right now, the negative things that you're doing to yourself right now, how they're going to impact your life very negatively in the future. Like, do you really think that escaping right now is going to help you in any way in the future? You really think your problems are going away? No. In your mind, they're going away, because when you are escaping, when you're high on weed, when you're drunk off alcohol or high on whatever other substance, in your mind, you're somewhere else. Honestly, you're really somewhere else, because when you're drinking alcohol, it's another spirit taking over your body. You are not you. So it's not in your mind. All of your issues are not in your mind. And that's what you like, how you're not thinking about anything. You're not thinking about your problems. But your problems are still there. They're physically still there. They're still within you, and you're causing bigger problems, physical problems, and you're just causing lots of problems internally. Mentally, spiritually, you're fucking yourself up. You're escaping. Your problems are not. Keep that in mind, that when you're getting high and you're getting drunk, you are escaping, but your problems are not. Your problems are still there. They're not going anywhere. You're high, who knows where. Your problems are not high. Your problems are with you still. They're there. You're not going to get rid of them by escaping. You're comfortable escaping because you're not putting in the work right now to deal with your problems. You're going to have to put in lots of work in the long run, because you have fucked yourself up physically, mentally, spiritually, in so many ways. You have fucked yourself up. You're going to have to put in work to work on your health, to fix your problems and fix all the other problems that have accumulated by you escaping instead of dealing with all your issues, with your current issues. You're going to have to put in work to improve your mental health, to connect with yourself. You're going to have to put in lots of work to recover yourself. By escaping, you don't give a fuck about yourself. And by constantly doing that, you're not going to give a fuck about yourself at all. And it's going to take time for you to know your worth, know who you really are, believe in yourself, and to gain confidence. Instead of escaping, deal with your issues now. With whatever it is that's going on, whether it's any issue that you're having with somebody else, with family, friends, if there's trauma within you that you don't want to look at, healing work you have to do, you guys put in the work now. That way you're not putting in more work later, because you're damaging yourself. By getting high, by drinking, and by just escaping, you're damaging yourself internally, physically. It's just not good, you guys. And I hope that this motivates you and gives you some positivity getting into your healing journey, into doing better for yourself, and start loving yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Work through it all. And it's time to get addicted into bettering yourself, into growing, into taking care of your health, and into loving yourself, and just doing you and focusing on you and focusing on your goals. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.